really worried about if these thumbtacks are going to hold up for much longer. So I got myself another licking stick. Oh, it's really in there. That thing held up a skateboard. It's not exact science, but you want to apply pressure for a good 25 minutes. Voila! I bought these from the dollar store. It should be fine. Good thing I got two. The ultimate charm. This isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. I can see it in your eyes, dummy. Well, GG's. You'd hope to have more in your background. All right. Come on! Ha! 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 Oh, man. Let's have ourselves a good time! Yes! I'm adjusting. It doesn't count because the music didn't stop. Hey, peeps. Welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris, and it rhymes. And you notice that only when you use the specific inflections. Circus. So, hey, guys, welcome back to the show. I'm happy to have you here with me today, more so than any other episode, because on the last one, we had ourselves a very particular, hiccup, in that the entire theme was wrapped around like a burrito, just around the idea of focus. I said, stay focused. The episode title was named Stay Focused. Stay focused on your drive. Stay focused on your goals. Stay focused on your ambitions. And it is so unfortunate that the camera was not. The whole episode was blurry, just covered with smudge. It looked like someone went, and you couldn't see a thing, man. So it was terrible because I'm like, here we go. This is the new thing. We're starting off hot, right? It's really just unfortunate circumstance to think that I'm coming out here, I'm just coming out of the gates, swing in, right? I don't know if people come out of the gates like this, but if they do, they're probably onto something big. And that's what I tried to do. It sucks that it didn't work. Sometimes the year starts off like that. Starts off with your team losing and the episode's out. I'm like, hey, you know what? We took a little loss here, but we're going to get better going forward. And you can't even see the freaking thing. And I don't like if the audio was bad. I think it was fine. But if you're listening, if one of the audio only listeners and you're like, what the frick is this? You're like, what is the audio blurry? I didn't even know that was possible. What would blurry audio be? I guess that would just be gibberish. Or if you're like, if you're slurring, anyways, I can't slur on purpose. It's hard. It's like hard to stutter on purpose sometimes. But listen, if you're slurring or you're stuttering or murmuring, I guess we call that, hey, like, dude, you're speaking pretty blurry right now. I can't hear it all the way. But anyways, it's just, it's a trying time, when you try to really get after it, right? It's like the background, okay? The thumbtacks were working just fine. I didn't need to remove them, but I was trying to take the initial, okay? I was trying to take that extra step, go that extra mile, and make sure I secured a nice, well-focused and warm background for future episodes. But instead, it just all fell apart. It's hanging by a freaking string right now, okay? So I don't know what else to tell you except to not try so hard. I think that's the lesson of the year so far, is that when you go that extra mile, that extra distance that's like, hey, stop, dude. You can't go down this way. Stay in your lane, man. I am in my lane. I was just trying to keep on driving. Like, well, take a detour, okay? Other road, Jack. So that's kind of how I feel, although I don't know what the real moral of the story is here. I don't know if you should try so hard. It was the same thing with the camera. The reason it was unfocused is because I was adjusting it. I was like, oh, this focus is going to be perfect. Frame setup auto. And the manual focus, I didn't do it right. It didn't work. Hopefully, it looks good now. I can't really tell because it's so far away, but I pray it's good. I pray that this thing's not going to come tumbling down. But it is what it is. And that's all you can do. You can say life is so exciting because you never know, right? We go ups and downs. And I guess it's a very symbolic of the year in general. It's symbolic of resolutions and what we were talking about, that we're at that point of the year where your resolutions start crumbling. Let's be honest. A lot of you are cracking right now. You start the year off like, I'm working out every day. I'm eating broccoli and a little peach here and there. And now look at you, okay? You're not going to the gym. The occupancy dropped. Gym memberships are starting to be canceled, okay? You're taking a muffin, a cupcake here and there. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's fumbling. And the podcast has been symbolic of that. And that you try sometimes. You try so hard, but you fall short. And that's just the way that it is, ain't it? And listen, to be truthful, I wish the podcast was symbolic of success just once, okay? I just want to be symbolic of the gold medal on the top of the podium. But for whatever reason, our image and our idol and our brand just keeps being failure and falling apart, okay? I wish we could be first place. But the nature of the show just tends to be chaos. And I'm learning to embrace that as I was going to say get older, but it's only been a week. But you know what? That's age. You can learn a lot. I don't know if, you can really age. As you can say you've aged a week. If someone says that this is fine wine, it's a week older than that wine. Is it the biggest difference? I don't know. But at the end of the day, who knows what's going to happen next? That's the excitement, man. Life is like a box of chocolates, okay? You never know what Mama said. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Isn't that saying kind of dumb, though? I mean, I get what he's like. Hey, Mama said life's like a box of chocolates. You don't know what kind of chocolates we're getting here. But, it's still chocolate. It's like, hey, Mama says life is like a box of Sour Patch Kids. They're different flavors, but, it's the same candy. It's still chocolate. If I give you a box of chocolates, you don't look at it and go, well, what's in here? I don't know. It says chocolates on it. Dude, read a little bit. Sometimes you do know what you're going to get in the chocolate box. Sure, there's a little variety here and there, but yeah, so I guess Forrest Gump's wrong. Don't tell his mother I said that, though. So that's just kind of how I'm feeling lately, but I'm ready to get back on the high horse. Keep on climbing. If only there was a lower horse to climb on, though, It's always like, get back up on the horse. It's like, dang, don't we have like a pony around here somewhere? Or like a dog or a donkey? Just something that could be like, you know what? All right, it's an easy hurdle. It's an easy hill to climb to get back into the swing of things. This light's just a bit here. But yeah, man, there's a smell in the air. I don't open a window. I don't know if you can see my breath. It's cold in here, just the way I like it. And there's a certain smell in the air again. It's not the weed this time, but it just smells like poop. Someone pooped. If you're out there and you're pooping, just, I don't know. I don't know what the smell is, but there is a lingering scent. It's the proverbial butthole, the life scent, and that sometimes things stink. And so we're just having a good time, man. We are having a great time. Now, before I say, what have I been up to this week, like I normally do, I want to say one thing, okay? My mother is having some health things being done, and this podcast is technically going to come out after she's already had her surgery, but you know what? I want you to somehow rewind time, pray back, and go and speak those prayers and thoughts and give them to my mother for her healing and preparation and safety and all good things in life, okay? So I'm not telling you what to do. I kind of am. Actually, I was going to say I'm asking you, but listen, it's your duty, okay? Now that you've heard that someone is in need of a prayer, it's no longer just a request and like, oh, well, that's possible. No, it's an obligation. So if you've heard the words, I'm not speaking blurry here, okay? If you've heard what I've said, you send them up. It ain't that hard, okay? And I will say thank you for that because I'm a polite gentleman. Man, I think something's bothering me about wearing the hat so much is because, it's not that it feels phony, but in a way, I want to embrace the chaotic nature of whoever I am today. And my hair's just all over the place, but as long as it doesn't fall into my face, I think we'll be okay. So, guys, what's up? This is me. This is the real, authentic. What you see is what you get. Now, what have I been up to? Not much, guys. I haven't been up to anything. I delayed starting the podcast. It's actually later in the night. My aunt was just here to say hi to my mother. And, people always do this thing where when they say, hey, what's up, Tristan? They come into the house, whether my mom's friend or family or whatever. I'm like, no, I'll come back. And I kind of linger around and I feel like they're like, well, what's he doing? And it's just, there's some sort of obligation when someone's in your dojo that you're like, I will stay on the mat, But there's a thing like, hey, you can skedaddle. Good to see you, bye. But I'm sticking around, okay? And that's what I like to do. She wasn't saying that, though. It was just kind of what other people typically do. It's kind of like, you can go, and I was like, hey, I'll stay. All right. And it made me think of another thing that our dog was going so crazy, sniffer. You know when you have a dog and they start sniffing somebody else, and the person goes, it's probably smelling my terrier at home. I've got a dog. And it's like, well, I'm sure he does, but I don't think that's why he's sniffing you per se, persnickety. It was making me think about the fact that every time your dog sniffs a stranger, like, oh, he's probably just smelling my dog or my cat. And it's not like a dog's not going to sniff you regardless, where if you had no pets, okay, and you're walking by, my dog's like, whatever, she's got no dog. This guy's got no cats. I don't care about this scent. I'm sure he's picking it up. There's fur there, but I don't, I don't think that's the reason they say that. So it seems a little self-deprecating. Thank you. That they're like, the only reason he cares is because I have another animal. It seems a little sad the way people say it. Yeah, no, he's enjoying me. He's so happy to see me. Well, he probably just smells the dog. He probably doesn't care. He probably doesn't care about me at all. But it's just one of those things I thought about as I saw her sniffing. She didn't say that, but yeah, I don't think my hand said anything that made me spur out those two little thoughts. But it made me think of the thoughts, and that's all that matters, is the initial, the explosion of the piston, and that is imagination. So what is actually going on, guys? How is the goal setting? How are the resolutions? Man, I don't really know, okay? I'll say this much. I was trying to progress profusely. Perfectly. In other words, in 3 Ps. Just 2. Just PP. And I felt like I was doing pretty good. I was working hard on my voiceover stuff, grinding out, doing line after line after line after line. And I had it saved on the computer, but I didn't save it. I had it open because I was still just working on it, putting in the moves. And I've hit a bit of a wall here. Not that the work is hard, but the freaking thing popped up. It's like, hey, new update out. We could do it in the middle of the night if you want while you're sleeping. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't want to sit through that freaking 20-minute bar. So I said, yes, do it. Update overnight, okay? It's like the Santa Claus of software. And I came this morning to find out that when it updates, it closes. This is the hand gesture for closing. That all the things have been erased. I didn't save it. And I was smacked in the face by my own initiative again. To be like, you know what? I'm going to get that update. Things are going to be okay. And I lost all of that progress. So as far as progressing profusely, I am progressing poorly. It's not going so hot. And in the terms of running, man, you know what they don't tell you about running is that it hurts, okay? I've been training legs. I've been working out twice a day, 6 days a week. That's 12 days, okay? Well, not 12 days. It's 12 sessions. And I get a little sore here and there. I'm putting in the work. Like, it's not like just breathtaking, agonizing, torturous pain. But I ran a mile. And I felt like somebody had grabbed all of my limbs and just pulled them and stretched them like I'm one of those toys from the 90s. And I felt broken and belittled by the world and gravity itself. So it's a bit of a hurdle I'm going through. I'm not stopping, okay? And I'm going to get back on my horse, okay? It's pretty tall, but I'm going to get on the little horse here. And I'm going to try and progress, and I'm still running too, man. I am running. I'm trying. I'm going out there. I'm pushing through the pain because life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what kind of pain. I'm eating sour chocolates at this point. It's like, well, I thought they were all chocolates. What was that? You threw a freaking moldy piece in there. I thought, maybe get a little variety here, but I took off a bad chocolate here, and I'm still gonna eat the whole box. Okay, that's the kind of dedication we're looking for when you set out on a goal that you really don't feel like accomplishing, but that you publicly announce you're going to do. So yeah, that's running for you, and it's horrible. It's not enjoyable, but not that anyone thinks it is. Okay, I'm standing by my fact that people who run they're lying. Everybody's saying, yeah, the running is going to be so great. When you become a runner, you'll be like, oh, I'm running, and I don't know why they lie to me, but I have a feeling you're not being truthful. You want me to kind of hop into this little culty club here and be like, we're running. And I'm like, oh, this does suck. But now we're supposed to lie to people so we can get them to do it. It can't get better. There's no way. It's just terrible. That's running for you, dude. I wish there was just a marathons of speaking, okay? I wish I could just run my mouth for 26.2 miles and call that a day. But yeah, man. I'm having fun. I'm having a good time. Oh, I took a Jiu Jitsu class, actually, okay? I went to Jiu Jitsu. I signed up first day, and they're like, oh, here's our new first day appointment. Everyone's going to show up. We'll give you the tour of the facility and all this, get you a gi and everything. I show up there bright and early, 11 a.m., and I'm the only one there, which is a little cause for concern. You know, like when you show up somewhere, you're like, oh, we're all going on this big field trip together, and when you're the only one there, your brain has to question, why, though? Why didn't anybody else come? Am I onto something secretive that nobody knows about this cool underground place to be? But my brain just automatically goes, did no one else want to come? And if that's the case, should I be here? So I show up, like, hey, you the one guy that's going to show up here? And I'm like, I guess so. Here I am. And we go around, and it was cool. It was cool. You know, I got put in some chokeholds, some arm bars, some leg locks, some people wrapped their leg around my neck, and that was an experience that I not sure if I wanted. They're like, you want to try that again? It's pretty cool because you feel like your eyes are popping out of your head. It's like, it's not that I think what you're doing is cool, but I don't like being the guy that is getting beat up. That's not as fun to be on the other end, but they're like, we just love the sport. And so we're just tumbling around, and it's interesting. But, you know, it's a pretty good group of guys because they talk about, you know, when you come in here, life's big issues just don't matter that much, okay? Because whether you're dealing with the personal finances or troubles at home or whatever it may be, you come in here, you put in the heavy hard work, and then those things just seem so menial. They don't really matter as much, right? It's like, well, I mean, whatever I have to go face outside of this dojo, it's not going to hurt me as much as having a grown man put his knee in my chest and smack me, okay, and say, say uncle. But my whole thing is that my life's pretty good. So it's like you go in there to make that so bad that everything else seems fine is what kind of like the philosophy that they were giving me. But what if everything else really is fine and I'm only having a sucky part of my day when I step in there? Because that's like, well, I don't know if this negating the positive impact you're having. I think we're just beating each other up, but I feel perfectly fine outside of here. I don't know if I want to come back. And so it's just a fun experience, truly, to have someone be like, oh, you white belt, huh? Okay, well, check this. Oh, okay. I believe you. I believe you've been here more than me. If that wasn't evident by the fact that I'm wearing shorts and you guys all having top-notch gear. So it was pretty cool. It was fun, though. The people were chill. They were nice. And I did learn some stuff. It was exciting, and I'll probably go back or maybe not. Here's the thing, though. I won't. So I bought this free trial. Like, it's like, hey, $50. You come in here, you get a month of thing. I'm like, oh, $50 a month to learn jiu-jitsu. That's pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if I want to subscribe for $50 a month. But to learn a nice self-defense grappling technique in a place where people say the culture is magnificent, I'm thinking, you know what? I'll bite that bullet. I'll go for it. I get in there like, oh, so that's the free trial price. Now, listen, we have some exclusive day one offers. Okay. Now, we do have you here. These are our big prices that you can only get this one day. And you have to sign up either by month or by every 6 months or by year. And it works similar to any other subscription model. You know, you sign up for the year. It's going to be cheaper than doing it month by month. So he shows me the month by month thing. It says $250. Okay. I was like, whoa, that was 500% more than the thing was I was already unsure of. He's like, yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's not too bad, not too great. I'm like, let's just check the 6 month version immediately. I don't want to see that anymore. Move that number away. I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's going to go down. If I do the whole year subscription thing, we'll get close to that $50 thing. So he flips the page, 6 months. $230. For a 6 month commitment, $230? We're only dropping it $20? I'm not liking that by every 6 months it's only dropping so much. Like, oh, just rip the Band-Aid off and say, just rip it off. And he does. He flips it, and I see that it only drops another 30. It's $200 a month, and you have to make a year-long commitment. Like, 200? What? And he's like, yeah, it's a lot better price. Better, but not too bad. That's way out of my budget, okay? And I didn't want to say that to the guy because I'm basically on a free trial, and I don't want him, like, not teaching me as well. I'll be like, okay, this guy's definitely out. He's only going to be here for a couple of weeks. Let's just barely pay attention. He's coming regardless. So, and they're like, yeah, we could just keep you on a plan. And as long as you cancel before the month is up, it won't go through. I'm like, yeah, let's just leave it on whatever. And I'm like, just writing down the exact date. We got to cancel that immediately. Okay. Look, I would love to. I wouldn't love to, but I would love to be able to afford that casually and not have it make a diff. But I can't. So it's just one of those things where self-defense, it's just, it's not worth it. If you ever get beat up and someone's like, why is he defending himself? Like, I can't afford it, man. Just do whatever you gotta. But also, all those guys in the dojo, they're like, it just kind of makes you forget about your financial troubles. Like, well, if you didn't pay like $250 a month for these classes, would you need it? It's just, I'm kind of rationalizing, using my own logic, looking through. I was like, maybe this business model just isn't working for everybody. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get my sweet jiu-jitsu uniform and bounce. Okay, and maybe they'll see this, I'm like, what you said you were gonna be on the plan forever. I was like, did I? So anyways, that was jiu-jitsu for you, and if you can afford it, right, go do it. But I wouldn't say go do that and create new problems for you that you think you're solving with that. It's like a jiu-jitsu solve the problem that you just made by signing up for a jiu-jitsu. Very catch-22. So it's definitely a tricky position. And so is being in an arm bar. It's very tricky. So anyways, that's what I've been up to. What else have I been up to, dude? I don't know, man. I've been betting a lot, but with like free money. I talked about it very briefly on the last episode that sports betting's coming to Ohio, and it came. And for me, it's kind of gone now because they had these super boosts where it's like, as long as the team scores 1 point, you'll match your money. So you just put your $50 in free bets in, and you get 50 right back out. I was like, I figured it out. They don't. I know the game. I know the system. And it's really just to get you hooked because they removed that. They're like, no, keep on betting. Keep doing it. Dance for me. But no, I won't. Okay, I figured out your scheme. I'm collecting my $300 or $400, and I'm out. I'm bouncing. Okay, so they tried to get me. They tried to mentally pull me in and say, keep on trying, Tristan. I'm like, frick. Does that count? I was doing a character of me talking to the gambling overlord. And I was like, being undecisive. So I don't think I deserve pain for that. Ha! I just talked myself out of punishment. Take that. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know when you're going to bend the truth a little bit to avoid some pain. Not an exact quote, not verbatim, but who knows what all of Forrest Gump's mom had said. But anyways, yeah. So they're trying to draw me in, and I'm like, no, I'm going to withdraw my money, okay? So if anybody's out there, if you're just getting into it now, probably don't. It seems like a very slippery thing. They're like, keep on betting. Like, these just aren't winning. I can't win if it's not this. So it was a nice bit of money, and I'm not going to spend the only money that I made on that just to get choked out in jiu-jitsu. So, yeah, what else has happened outside of that? Not much. I have been running. I lost all my voiceover. I got beat up in jiu-jitsu, made a little money, spent some of it in classes. And, yeah. That's really all that it is. Oh, I just saw the movie The Prestige, literally 15 minutes ago. And my brain's just kind of bewildered because what a twist. Okay, now I'm not going to spoil the whole movie for you, but I will spoil the ending. So basically the whole time he's obsessed with this guy's trick, and it turns out that he was doing it because he had a twin brother that he also chopped his fingers off to make sure they looked exactly the same. And he's creating duplicates of himself. And what the heck? He's like, pow, pow, pow. I didn't know you were you. He's like, I'm me. You're like, no, we're us. And it becomes a whole freaking thing where the last 30 minutes of the movie, I'm like, oh yeah, I have a podcast to do. So if you haven't seen it, the movie came out in 2006. Maybe I spoiled it for you already, but I think that should still that's a bit of a freaking crumb. Okay, it's like if I'm giving you a pie, I gave you like the freaking center of it, the most important piece of the pie. Like, here, have that. Now you've already experienced the best part of the pie, but you should still be incentivized to take a whole slice, right? Because that would just be crappy to only have a little bit of the good and be like, well, I need to know all of the curvaceousness of the crust and just embrace it for what it is. So yeah, I'm really thrilled with that movie. It's about magic and magicians. Highly recommend. But outside of that, I think that's everything. Again, pray for my mom. Don't go running. Don't take Jiu Jitsu unless you got bang. But even then, dude, if you've got that much money, it's like for $200 a month, I could hire somebody that knows Jiu Jitsu. Like, hey, dude, I'll pay you. You just protect me as far as self-defense goes. And you're not even a master for like 10 years. Like, yeah, I think I'll save it. So this has been Full Circus. Oh, I appreciate you guys. I love you. I love my mom. Pray for my mom. Intimidated. Okay, well, I don't know all of jiu-jitsu, so you can't be that intimidated. I guess I'll ask. Please pray for my mom. I don't know all the submissions just yet. I'm adjusting it. I don't deserve pain. And yeah, this has been the show. I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for enjoying this chaotic nature. And my orange shirt. Did no one even mention the orange shirt? I'm wearing a brand new shirt. And people say, oh, Tristan, orange isn't your color. Well, hey, my skin tone's an autumn, baby. I'll rock it if I please. So thank you, guys. I'll see you in the next episode. It's getting pretty cold. All right, peace.